It's legitimately been like 2 weeks since I started this car, maybe a week. In front of me is my 2003 IS200, and it is powered by the 1 GFE with a leaky radiator. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think the cap is just shit. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, super eBay, super budget build, a log manifold that's seen better days, and a TO4E which is kind of way too big. So it survived yet again another drift event, the Drift Games Invitational, and it was a blast. I think I did over 100 laps. I drove all day, and to a testament to the car, I didn't even jack it up. All I had to do was put fuel in it. The tires were burning and wearing perfectly. I had the same set of 225s for the whole day, and yeah, the car was going perfect. Small little updates. The hydro, I went back to 0.7 and I added this handle, and it worked really well, a bit too well. I'm after snapping the welds on the mount. I might be able to weld them back together and reinforce it with like a triangle piece here, but I think it's time for a new hydro setup. Other than that, the car is going pretty mint. I have the silvers set right in the middle between hard and soft. The rear, I think I'm gonna put them on the softest setting. I don't really know anything about suspension, I'm just playing it out. Since I went from the max speeding rods to these, the car is a lot more gripped up. I have 20s on the front and 18s on the rear, kilogram springs, and it's absolutely mint, but I think I'm going to soften out the back. So I'm currently running a TO4E, this big boy here, on a crude looking log manifold. Now I don't know how well that manifold flows, and I'm not an engineer, so I really have no idea, but it works. And I'm running 1ZZ injectors with fuel pressure regulator and a return, and I'm running a stock ECU with a fuel cut defender. Now I've been running it like this for the last year, maybe year and a half. I've done like 10-15 drift events, and I beat the living hell out of the car, and it works. And I'm really getting away with murder because I'm still on the stock ECU, which is kind of crazy to even imagine that it just works, but I think it's time to change the whole setup, which sounds really counterintuitive because it really does work and I'm getting away with murder, but I have to change the car. I don't know, I can't leave it alone. So first of all, I want more power, and second of all, I want more drivability. This works, but you really have to drive the car hard because the turbo is super laggy. So I want a little bit more power, and I want to keep it budget, of course. That's the whole premise of this whole channel and car, is budget and fun, and I guess, yeah, power, budget and drivability. I want the car to be way more responsive and just easier, and probably even more fun to drive because I want a more responsive turbo. So I have an idea. My idea involves this. So this is a standard ECU, and there's my fuel cut defender. I want to get rid of this and get rid of this, and I want to get a standalone ECU. So yeah, the benefits of going with a standalone is the guy who maps the car, he'll have full control over the whole engine, and I'll be able to get proper timing and all that crap that I have no idea about, to be honest, and the car's going to drive better and more responsive and potentially be more safer at more pressure. There is a lot of ways you can go around it. People do standalones and decompression plates, and you can make really good power with a decompression plate, but I don't really want to do that at the moment. Now you might be thinking, oh, what the fuck, everyone does decompression plate, turbo, la 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 la, and then they make like 350. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm gonna try and do this. I really don't want to say it in stages or steps. So the first step at the moment is like super budget. Like I think it was about 700 euros to get the car running with a turbo, and I think I spent like another 500-600 euros on like supporting mods. So we're like under 1500 euros this car is boosted. The next step is standalone ECU and a more responsive turbo and a map, and then I'm hoping to get around 270 horsepower. Like 270 would be the goal. That 270 would be the goal, but around 250, even 230, but with a more responsive turbo and like more drivability, I think the car will be totally different once again. So on the Facebook page, there's a guy, he's selling plug and play standalone ECUs. I actually don't even know. I think it's DIY EFI, and they're producing a plug and play ECU solution for the IS200. So I'm gonna get that. I'm going to upgrade the fuel system, probably just this, get a real one. This is eBay. They work, but they actually just melt eventually, so that's not great. So I'm going to be upgrading that to a real one. The injectors, I'm not sure what to do. I might leave them or get like 300cc injectors or 350 or 400, I don't know. It's the turbo. Now I'm gonna go with a GT28 max speeding rods budget turbo. The manifold, now I don't know what to do. I think I might get a nice manifold. I'm not sure. I can reuse this one. I need to cut this to weld on the other flange for the other turbo, and I could reuse this manifold, but as you can see, like, it's not the greatest thing to look at, but it does have a unique sound. But I think if I get a tubular one, it'll sound nicer. But I don't know, I have to really think about the manifold. But I know the exhaust, I know the turbo, I don't know that, I don't know that, I know that, and I know that. So yeah, and then I'm gonna get it mapped. This is stage 1 turbo build, and it's proven to work. Fuel cut defender, 1ZZs, laggy turbo, no map, nothing, it works. Now stage 2, step 2, budget 2, I really don't like saying stage 2, it's so cringe, is a more responsive turbo, more boost, and proper management. That's it. And then like stage 3 would be decompression plate. I could run all the same stuff, decompression plate, head studs, and that's kind of actually it, to be honest. Is it? Oh, maybe a fuel pump, all that, and then yeah, make more power. Oh, you might be thinking, why doesn't he just do the decompression plate and go for 300, 350 like straight away? And you probably are right, but I want to do this in stages. And first of all, I don't want to go from 230 straight to like 330 horsepower. That's one thing. I'm not really ready for it, the power wise. Like obviously you get used to it, whatever, but I really want to like go up in increments. I don't want to just build a car that's like above my driving level, because the more I spend around like really good people that can drive, the more I realize I'm really bad. I rely on this too much. I can lead a good line when I'm under pressure. I drive really good. When someone's right behind me, I like get the outside zones and shit. But I can't follow. Maybe I just need someone better to follow. Hashtag Maddie. But yeah, I don't want to just build some mental car straight away, right off the bat, and be kind of lost. And second of all, budget. This is cheap and fun. Like I kind of want to write the formula that like, okay, if you want this much power, you do this stuff and it's reliable, and if you want a little bit more and it to be reliable and you can push it hard, you do this, and then if you want to do that, stage 3, you know what to do. Actually, there's more people doing the higher end stuff, so you don't really need to follow my stuff. But I'll just be honest with you, I won't gatekeep any information. Like, a lot of people do. Like, you texting people, yo, what la 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 la, and they're just like, nah, whatever. But yeah, and go down the line of going further with the 1G, I think it's kind of in the 1JZ kind of territory of money and power. So maybe that's a hint for something to come down the line. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this talking video. I don't know how well it's going to come across of you just watching me talk. I apologize, there's no action or work or anything going on. But this is just a little update on how the car is going and what I'm going to do next. So thank you so much for watching. Cheers.